morning. Well, as you can probably see, I'm in another new space, in what I hope will be my permanent space to do these videos. I haven't quite got the technical setup right, so bear with me. But the most important thing is that you can hear my voice, and that when I'm standing to demonstrate the moves, that you can clearly see the forms and the stances that I'm taking. And I know I can achieve that with this, so any other quality issues are really by the by. So today I'm going to be focusing on, especially in the meditation, on how mindfulness techniques can be useful when emotions or situations get so overwhelming that they seem to take over your entire life. Sadly, I have a couple of friends who are going through bereavement, more than a couple actually, but it isn't only bereavement. If you've suddenly been faced with redundancy, or you've had some very bad health news, or even if you've just had a baby, the time it's supposed to be really, really joyful, your emotions can at times seem completely overwhelming, and they kind of control you rather than you controlling them. Mindfulness as a technique can be very helpful in these kind of situations. Not because they're going to make you feel better. Trust me, there are some situations where you are just not going to feel better. But those are the kind of situations where sometimes it's good to just acknowledge that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be non-judgmental about the fact that you are feeling like, well, put your own word in, and that you can't really cope with much. Another way that mindfulness can be helpful is because a lot of what gets very overwhelming in a situation like that isn't just the fact of what's happened, it's all the what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. How am I going to do this? What's going to happen if that? A lot of speculation about the future, which, to be honest, is frankly very unhelpful, because all that can do is just build up a spiral of really intense emotion that just keeps you paralyzed and stops you from doing anything at all. So why mindfulness, and particularly why breathing mindfulness techniques can help in that situation, is because literally by taking a deep breath, you do actually help to diffuse all the stress hormones that are racing around your body. But also because they pull you into what's happening here and now. And if nothing else, when you're in that kind of situation, reminding yourself that you only have to cope in this moment, now, with what's going on, and that whatever's going to happen in the future, you will cope with it then, can be extremely useful. And it actually doesn't matter whether the bereavement happened yesterday or a week ago or a month ago or even a year or two ago, because bereavement is something that you have to deal with in your own time. And if you are dealing with bereavement, and you've got people well-meaning saying, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Politely tell them to go and do the other thing, because everyone grieves in their own way. There is no right time and no right duration. Sometimes the feelings can come back to overwhelm you 5 years later, and then you take a deep breath and just deal with it. But the main things I want people to take away from the meditation and from the session today are, sometimes the very best mindfulness tenet is just to accept that that's how you're feeling and that there's nothing wrong in feeling like that. And the other one is this concept that you only have to cope in this moment. And anything that you can do, including Qigong or mindfulness meditation, that helps you keep your mind focused in this moment, right here, right now, and stopping all the endless speculation about what if, then that's going to be helpful. So, in a moment, I'm going to step back from the screen and I will lead you through the short Qigong set, and then I will be doing the meditation. As always, the meditation will be signaled by the singing bowl, which I will sound 3 times, and the same will happen at the end. With the first singing bowl, if you find it helpful to close your eyes for the meditation, then that's the signal for you to start closing your eyes. And I would like you to keep your eyes closed right at the end until you have heard the singing bowl sound 3 times at the end. Okay, I've seen a couple of names pop up on the screen, and funnily enough, they are people that I know are having bereavement issues in the past, but still difficult to cope with. So I'm now going to step back from the screen, and we'll see how we get on. So, just for a moment, just stand. Get yourself in a clear space where you can wave your arms around without knocking ornaments off or hitting the cat or anything like that. Just take a moment to stand and breathe. And maybe focus on how you would like to feel at the end of this session. And for those of my viewers who I know for various reasons can't stand, just get wherever you're sitting, whether you're going to sit in a chair or whether you're in a wheelchair, get that chair into a space where you know that you can make the best use of what I'm going to do. So, if you're standing, get yourself into bear stance, feet hip width apart, back straight, neck straight, arms hanging loose by your side, knees very slightly bent, ideally hips, knees and toes all in a line. And just for a moment, I want you to stand and breathe. Send your awareness down into your feet and just check that your weight is evenly balanced if you're standing. Then I'd like you to imagine that you're in a beautiful glass lift cage. And in this lift, you're looking out over the most beautiful scenery. As you breathe, I want you to feel this lift car slowly start to descend. It descends floor by floor by floor until it gets to the ground or as near to the ground as you're happy to take it. And let your hands hang loose by your side with the palms facing backwards. And with your next in-breath, slowly let your arms float up. And as you breathe out, they slowly sink down. Find your own breath and your own rhythm. Only move your arms as far as you can easily manage in one gentle, easy breath. Nothing you do should cause any discomfort to any part of you. If you're doing something that causes discomfort, the easy answer is not to do it. So just moderate what you're doing to suit what your mind and your body, well, more particularly your body, need today. As you breathe through each move, be mindful of what your body is prepared to do today. And if that's not much, then that's okay, because that's just where you are today. So breathe in, let your arms float up. As you breathe out, your hands just float down. And then last time for this move, let the bottom relax and let go. And then the next in-breath, your hands rise again, but then turn your palms in and let your hands float out. As you breathe out, bring your hands back in together and back down. As you breathe in, try to be aware of your chest and lungs expanding. As you breathe in, maybe try to imagine you breathe in feelings of calmness. And as you breathe out any of those tempestuous feelings like grey smoke. Breathe in, your arms float up and spread out, and as you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. Feel your arms spreading apart as your chest expands. As you breathe out, they get pulled back in by that relaxation. And then last time for this move, and then the next in-breath, bring your hands up ready to paint the rainbow. As you breathe out, dip slightly on your left knee and let your right arm uncurl. As you breathe in, bring your hands up the top. And then do the same on the other side. You breathe out, dip on one knee, let the opposite arm uncurl. Breathe in and everything comes back up the top. And then last time for this move, you breathe in, bring your hands up. Then as you breathe out, turn your arms outwards and let your hands sweep down by your side, as if you're parting the clouds. If you are filled with strong emotion, this can be where you can imagine yourself, pushing away the emotions, pushing away from your personal space. Just giving yourself the space, right here, right now, to just be. Again, doesn't matter how big or small you're making the circle, big or small as your arms and body are prepared to do today. Breathe in, your arms float up. Breathe out, and they sink back down. And then last time for this move, breathe out, and then just bring your hands in front of you, ready to balance your chin. As you breathe in, imagine you're smoothing around that ball of energy, and as you breathe out, imagine you're trying to push it underwater. Breathe in and smooth the ball, breathe out and push down. Breathe in, your hands float up and over the top, breathe out, and they sink down. And then last time for this move, and this time as you breathe out, just let your hands float down into position in front of your abdomen, just crossed across your belly button. And just for a moment, just stand and just let everything settle. Just breathe and let everything settle. And then take a moment to get yourself into the chair or wherever you're going to meditate. You get yourself comfortable. And I'm going to invite you to listen to the sound of the singing bowl. And as the singing bowl, sound of the bowl fades after a third time, I'd like you to try and follow the sound and find the point where the sound fades away. Follow the sound of the singing bowl into the silence. Now I'd like you to start to follow that sound inside you. And first of all, I'd like you to become aware of where you're sitting. Really be aware of the touch of the chair on your body. And maybe really become aware of how the chair supports your body. Maybe get a sense that gravity is pulling you in a little bit deeper. And as that happens, just feel yourself sink a little deeper into the chair and just let your shoulders relax a little bit more. Now I'd like you to go even deeper inside yourself and send your focus to your breath. Just let your attention rest on the simple act of breathing in and breathing out. Let go of any natural feeling that you wonder if you're doing things right or if you're doing things differently to other people. Whatever you're doing is perfect for you because that's what you need right now. So I just want you to be aware of your breath. Just become aware of every in-breath and every out-breath. Now, because you've got a normal human mind, the chances are that it's going to get tired or impatient or whatever, and it's going to want to wander off onto other things. Well, do you know that's quite normal? And mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of what your mind is doing. So when you notice that your mind has been drawn away, I'd like you to congratulate yourself for being mindful, for noticing what your mind is doing. You can acknowledge the thought that has taken your mind away, but then let it go. Let it float away like a balloon in the sky. And then Just let your mind come back to your breath and focus on every in-breath and every out-breath. It doesn't matter how many times you need to lead your mind back. As many times as your mind wanders away, just as many times, gently, compassionately and non-judgmentally, lead it back. Because right here, right now, all that matters is just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Whatever feelings you're having only have to be dealt with in this moment and in this moment. And all you have to be able to do is to be able to cope in this moment. What do you notice about each breath? Is each breath the same as the one that went before, or are there subtle differences? Can you maybe follow your breath all the way in as you breathe in, and then follow it again all the way out? And if you can't do that, that's fine. Just notice what you can notice. Whether it's movement of air in your nose or throat, maybe muscles moving in your chest or in your abdomen. Whatever you notice is perfect, because it's your moment, it's your feelings, it's your mind. Can you bring your attention to that moment in between each breath, when just for a moment everything is still? I don't want you to hold your breath or change your breath in any way. I just want you to try and become aware of that moment of stillness in between each breath. When you become aware of that stillness, how does it feel? Stillness can be very powerful. Stillness of mind, stillness of body. And you find that stillness in between each breath, just in this moment. Now you might like to think about the fact, excuse me, that moment of stillness happens hundreds of times every day, whether you're aware of it or not. Maybe you can remember that that moment of stillness is there for you to tap into anytime you need it. Or maybe you could imagine that every time it happens, it puts a tiny drop of stillness into a place deep inside you for you to tap into when you need it. We all have a place deep inside us where we keep feelings that we can call on when life gets challenging. Things like confidence, calmness, stillness, peacefulness, happiness. I want you to find that place now. With your next in-breath, I'd like you to imagine that you breathe down deeply into that special place. And that as you breathe out, I'd like you to imagine that your out breath carries with it the feeling that you need right here, right now. Whatever feeling it is that you need to cope with your strong feelings at the moment, you are now filling your body with that feeling. With every in-breath, you breathe down into that place, and with every out-breath, you breathe still more of that feeling all the way around your body. So after 3 or 4 gentle, easy breaths, I'd like you to imagine that the whole of your body has been filled with that feeling that you need right here, right now. Can you, for a moment, hold the whole of your body in your awareness? Notice that it's filled with this good feeling and just enjoy that. And then I'd like you once again to bring your attention to your breath. Just once again become aware of every in-breath and every out-breath. And maybe you can learn to use your breath as an anchor for the times when feelings overwhelm you. You can just anchor your feet, anchor your attention into your breath. Find that quiet place and this good feeling anytime that you need to. I'd like you to let your attention start to move outwards once again. Maybe you can become aware of the touch of clothes on your skin. And then become aware once more of the touch of the chair on your body. And then become aware once more of the room where you are and the sounds both inside and outside that room. And I'd like to invite you to listen once again to the sound of the singing bowl and to keep your eyes shut until it is sounded for the 3rd time. I hope you're now fully alert and fully aware and fully back in the room. Please don't try and drive or operate machinery or do anything like that until you are aware that you're completely awake. If you need to, just have a cup of coffee or something to eat just to completely ground yourself. I hope that those of you who I know are going through these difficult times found that helpful. To anyone else who was watching, this is just an example of what I do. If you found this helpful and would be interested in having more video sessions like this, I do this 1.5 hour session a week. But there is a link on the Crystal Wolf Holistic Care page which leads you to my Patreon page, which is where, if you find this helpful, you can sponsor me for a very small amount of money, which will give you access to extra sessions that you can do in the privacy of your own home at a time that suits you, which is one reason why I enjoy this video format. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. I always welcome comments and feedback, so if you found it helpful, then do please leave a comment, and more particularly if you found it very helpful and can think of somebody else who might benefit, do please feel free to share the video with your friends. In the meantime, I hope you have a good day. If you've got any ideas for anything you would like me to cover in next week's session, just leave a comment below this video, or send me a direct message either via my page or personally. And thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.